I figured I'd shoot, this intro portion to this boom lift load. It's some brand that I've never hauled before, but I wanted to shoot a video on it. The last load I just hauled was nothing but a container from Washington State down to Kansas City area, and there was no use in me even producing the darn thing because it would be boring. Oh yeah, look how the container locks work. You guys have seen those before, and you've seen me talk about them too. So pretty much I'm only going to show stuff that's not a repeat. Excuse me. I don't want to bore you guys half to death. If you didn't come to my channel to see crap, I'm going to show you specifics on how these work, how they're loaded, and you'll see how they're nested together in the baskets. Everything's in line. There's nothing over width. It's not over height. They had to try multiple different ways just to get it on in the 41-foot well. They tried with the boom forward and curling it under and setting it down, but with that the ballast counterweight on the back got in the way of the other basket, and they weren't able to get the other unit on far enough, and that's too much overlength, and I'll discuss that. But it's mostly 75 foot all told, or it's permitted in Missouri. So, and that load everything. I'm 73 and a half, so if we go 3 feet over in the back, no, that's not going to work. I've got the COM data book right here. I just got it when I got home. It's brand new, up to date, and it has all the oversize, has all the requirements for the state. And it's so far, it's I wanted it BCO days, but I'll tell you what, I've used it already. First load of equipment, and we were on it. I was in the page, and then I was able to show the customer, the loader, what was going on. And I said, well, we got to get it, to where it's reduced and in better shape, because I can't have that. And I was even able to quote the agent a little bit and help them out. I'm sure they're aware of it, but if they don't have that book like right there, or haven't been aware, then they'd have to go look it up. So say it's a time saver for them. They like that. Like to keep everybody happy. These folks are really nice folks, and I really appreciate the load. Make sure that these guys get served, in a timely fashion, and they'll get their stuff as they paid to get it. So that's it. If we got to keep the customer service and integrity up, everything, and go the extra mile. I went, extra steps, and it has to be right, or I'm just flat going to make it right. I'm going to keep going until it is done. So that's it. I can rattle on. I'm going to get on down the road, but at least you got to see it, because I'm afraid if I get somewhere when it's dark or in the morning or whatever, we'll see what happens. If I get some time to shoot the unloading procedure, I will, but I just going to have to feel it out and see how things work out over there. I'm going to try and shoot interesting videos. I know there hasn't been any for a while. I was trying to resurrect some of the old ones that were left over. I have a second hard drive on my laptop that has some files on it, but most of them have been published, and I was able to put like 1 or 2 up that had not. Some of them I just won't do it. A lot of them were driving. They're old now, but there's so many particular people out there that are pointing out stuff and trying to get people in trouble, and you won't see a lot of driving videos. I'm just not going to do it, because it's too much liability for them to be able to point their fingers at me. A lot of drivers have stopped putting them up, and it's just too bad, because there's so many rat bastards out there. But I want to make sure that if you are loading everything correctly, then the rest of your day should be okay. So that should be about it. I had some new neighbors, and I'm going to get the hell out of here, and we'll see you on the road. Well, hey guys, this one here is a double Snorkel boom lift load. And it looks funny because It was just hard to get these things on as far as length and not have an overhang. In Missouri, they allow 75 foot, including load, another for length, and anything extra over that is permitted. So I'm 73.5, and we had 3 foot overhang, so that didn't work. We had this one turned, and the bucket curled under, and it was just not working. So we're going to go over this. As you see, the tires are right up on the bulkhead, and they've got the tie down points, and I use a single chain. I came right in on the tie down points, avoiding any of the hydraulic hoses and whatever. Gotta watch for that. And I hung the extra chain and tied it around like a tie rod in over there, just to kind of keep it squared away. But pulling it up against the bulkhead of the step is perfectly fine. X-Fashion really wasn't going to help me any, because I'd rather just have it pulled directly forward into the step. It's not going to go anywhere. In the back here, avoiding chain rub, changing the spots where I drop my chain. I'll move it like a notch, and then I'll move the other chain away from it, so I don't have to worry about trying to pad. So 2 chains, 2 binders on this, and these are all 3/8 equipped. Chains are in, extras are in knots too. So I got the X-Fashion on both units, at least for the rear. Over the front, it was just the way it was built, just wasn't going to work. Always remember to, strap down your booms. Both of them have that, at least have that be squared away. So pretty much the strap comes on through and touches over there. I've checked all that. That's all nice and smooth metal over there. We're in good shape. But we just had a heck of a time getting this stuff, these boxes or these baskets really to line up. So that he went, the young guy went and got some of the overhands. We've done this before, and of course it's 51 step, 41 bottom is what we had to work with, and everything seemed to work just fine. So we're up close. On this one is a little different. Of course, we have all the marked tie downs. I just tried to go straight down. Couldn't really get much forward motion. I mean, I could have went from underneath there, but I thought it's just to get more of a pull down to keep it from tipping. I just like to have something a little higher. It pulls it down, keeps it, because all the weight, a lot of the weight's up here too, the counterbalance and the boom and everything. So I just took the extra and hung it over. X-Fashion in the rear, not touching. I had to change them just slightly different. I ran one up and across over here, a long carry like that, it's not in wheel well, everything's fine. Same old stuff here, it's all good to go. And I did a slightly different grab on this side. And I got the same stuff here, and these are just tight as a drum. Everything was nice and smooth. Everything works out pretty good. Now, a lot of these, I don't know, I sprayed them down with my penetrating oil and everything. Some of them hadn't been used in a while, and they were sitting inside the side kit. And if there was any moist straps, it's going to sweat in that box, so it's going to rust everything. So I had to spray it down. Well, I was sitting home for a month. And that's what I get for being so lazy, But this worked out good. I mean, I tried different grabs, but luckily I just bought all those extra 3/8 chains. Had everything serviced on my generator too. Boy, I tell you. Let me go back over here. I'm going to write up a deal about the guy that does the work on the tri-packs. because the same guy who rebuilt the heater last fall did all the service work so fast on this thing. I tell you what, he was super quick, and because it wouldn't stay running. I run the crap out of it. Oh, another thing is taping the exhaust. I had the young guy climb up there and tape the exhaust on that, and I did this one. And you know, gas or diesel, mostly diesel, is because of the turbo, spinning the turbo with a wind coming down in there. It's not good for them. So I just decided just to do it anyways. That way it's just another thing off the checklist that's done. That way I don't have to worry about it. And everything was inside. We were just really happy trying to get everything lined up really good. They were a little off on their centering right towards the end, and it was leaning a little bit more to the camber of the roadside, and I really don't like that. I would rather have it scooching this side, you know, but the guy was doing everything he could just to get them on there. But I wanted to go through everything on this one and show you what's going on, because these are not super tight. It's mostly just keep things from rising, you know, because they got this flashing is pretty sturdy. This is used equipment. I want to make sure I don't do any damages or anything else to it, but just also make sure it gets there in one piece. I am not in a hurry. I gotta go 260 some miles. I don't deliver till tomorrow. I don't care. I'm going to go nice and slow. It's misty. It's Missouri. You know, I'm just going to get there in one piece. I get to sleep there overnight. That's probably what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll go to the truck stop or not, but it should be about good to go. I can't think of anything else to cover for you, but I can see where it's taped on the exhaust. But you know, this stuff is, you know, it's kind of old and beat up. It's going to auction, but we don't want to do any more damages than, you know, that's already happened to it. And that's why I kind of go over everything. I got the keys in my pocket, and I put them on a zip tie. I carry a big bag of those things. You would be surprised how handy they are, and that works out good. I got them all zip tied together, because somebody, you never know, when somebody's going to be a joker and come steal the keys. So don't leave them in there or they could fall out. And then they don't have a key. Then they can get it off your truck. You're basically toast. So we'll see you on the road.